All right, so you want to know how to get those top grades in high school.
Yeah,
That's what we're diving into today.
definitely a popular topic.
Yeah, it is. And I think we all wish we had like a secret formula or something.
Uh-huh, right?
But you know what? It might not be as mysterious as we think.
Yeah,
At least that's what this book, High School Success, A Guide to Achieving Top Grades, seems to suggest, right?
you got it.
Like just from the title, it sounds like it's not about, being some kind of super genius.
Exactly.
It's about having the right strategies, the right approach.
Totally. You don't have
Yeah.
to be born a brainiac or anything.
Right. So I'm curious, what are some of those strategies? What does this book tell us about getting those A's?
Well, one of the first things it really emphasizes is that you gotta understand that different subjects require different approaches.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a one-size-fits-all study plan.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, if you're prepping for a history test, it's going to be a whole different ball game than studying for a physics exam.
Oh, absolutely.
Totally different muscles you're working there, right?
So it's like you're saying it's not just about studying harder, it's about studying smarter.
100%. That's the key takeaway.
But what does that actually look like? I mean, that sounds great in theory, but what are some actual techniques that students can use?
Sure. So one technique the book talks about is active reading.
Active reading, what's that?
So instead of just kind of skimming through your textbook, you really got to engage with the material.
Oh, okay.
Like, ask yourself questions as you go.
Like what kind of questions?
Well, think about, like, how does this connect to things I already know? Or can I explain this concept to someone else in my own words?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Oh, I see. So it's like you're having a conversation with the textbook almost.
Yeah, exactly. You're not just letting the words wash over you, you're actively thinking about them.
That's interesting.
And another thing they talk about is breaking things down into smaller chunks.
Okay.
Instead of trying to tackle a whole chapter at once, just focus on one section at a time. Really understand it before you move on.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What about memorization? I mean, that was always a big struggle for me in high school.
Oh, yeah. Memorization can be tough.
Any tips from the book on that?
Definitely. They talk a lot about mnemonic devices.
Mnemonic devices.
Yeah, like ROYGBV for the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a mnemonic device. It helps you remember the order.
Right.
It's all about associating information with something else.
Okay.
Like a rhyme, an acronym, a funny image, anything that helps it stick in your brain.
So it gives your brain those extra little hooks.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like giving your memory a boost.
That's cool. There's another technique in the book that I thought was really interesting.
Yeah. What is it?
It's about connecting the material to your own life, to your own experiences.
Oh, yeah. That's huge.
Why is that so important?
Well, think about it. When something's relevant to you personally, you're going to be way more interested in it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So if you can find a way to make that connection with the material, it's going to stick with you so much better.
Right.
Like if you're studying history, try to see how past events relate to things that are happening in the world today.
Oh, okay. So it's like bringing the history to life, making it relevant to the present.
Exactly.
Cool. And what about for other subjects?
Well, like in science, try to think about how the concepts you're learning apply to everyday things you see around you.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's about making those connections, seeing how it all fits together.
So it's not just about memorizing facts and formulas.
Nope, it's about understanding the bigger picture.
I like that. Okay, so let's talk about the bottom line here.
Yeah.
How do all of these strategies actually translate into better grades? I mean, that's what we're all aiming for, right?
Of course. So first of all, when you really understand the material on a deeper level, you're naturally going to do better on tests and assignments.
Right. That makes sense.
But it's also about developing skills that you can use beyond high school.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like you're training your brain to learn more effectively, which is going to help you no matter what you do in life.
So it's not just about acing that next history test. It's about setting yourself up for success in the long run.
Exactly. It's about lifelong learning.
I love that. So basically what we're hearing is that getting good grades isn't just about some innate ability. It's about having the right tools and mindset.
Absolutely. It's about taking ownership of your learning.
I like that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up here, is there any final thought or advice you'd give to students listening?
I'd say think about which of these strategies really resonates with you.
Okay.
And try it out. See how it works for you. Even small changes in your study habits can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's great advice. I think we can all benefit from that. So there you have it, folks, our deep dive into high school success. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep reaching for those A's.